Okay, guys, sorry, but I have the famous, for those of you that have Mac computers, sometimes when Ruiz shows you a rainbow little wheel that was going around and around and I couldn't get in.
Yeah, buddy.
Finally, I'm in, guys. But today, anyway, I'm going to have an IsaU overview. Make sure you have pencils or pen or paper, something to write down, or because there are a lot of great things that happen now. I already saw that Alex had on the screen one of our announcements, the soup. And I don't know how many of you have tried the soup, but guys, this tastes really good, and you can even adapt it to your own flavor. You can add, like, for example, onions, and you can add different other things. And I mean, it's really, really good. It has 24 grams of protein. It's high in fiber. I mean, it's and the cost is $42. That is about $3 per soup. Now, it's a really high, nice soup. When you try it, you're gonna see the cool thing. You are getting the protein. It's ideal for those winter nights that many of us are gonna experience. And I say some people in Florida probably are lucky, or in some states in the south, but or in Southern California and California, but here it gets really cold, and this is a great product coming at the right time. But it's, I don't know, at the end, write down any question that you can have about the soup, and we can answer. This is gonna, I hope it's gonna go quick, and then we are gonna have a lot of time for the questions and answers. Now, the second part is the Pacesetter pack. We have a new Pacesetter. Some of you were using it before. Many people didn't want to promote the Pacesetter because they have a little challenge. And the challenge was that we had only 100 points. Well, they redid it, and actually it's way better than before. Include a 30 days, 1 box of Isa Delight Plus, 1 box of Isalin bars. It has one of the little boxes with the 6 E Plus, has 3 5-piece sample packs that those are ideal to give away, or just for you to try some products, or sell them. I prefer to sell them the little sample packs for about $10 or $20, depending what you want to. It comes with an ISA blender. Before didn't come with an ISA blender, and also they're including the free membership that was not included before, and obviously a pack guide. It's a great, great system. The cool thing, the price is only $399. $399. It's a good alternative to the President Pack. And now we have 3 systems. We had for the business. This is a business pack. We had the business pack, that's $1,099. We have the President Pack, that's $559. And we have this Pacesetter pack that is $399, and also has 150 points. Come with free membership at 150 points and has a PIV of 50. Now, before it has a PIV of 100, but the points were so low that when people in your organization were moving this product, you were getting really little volume, 100 points, compared with what people were paying. Now you're going to get a 50% more volume every time somebody in your downline or yourself sponsor somebody in your organization. In other words, it's a 50% increase for people that are moving the Pacesetter pack. It's a great alternative. I was not promoting it before because, again, lower points, and also I didn't like the package personally, the way that was set up. And now I love it because it has enough product for people to have a great experience and ideas about isogenis. And again, you have any questions, make sure you write down. Again, the PIB is $50 and it's paid next day. If you sponsor somebody and you put the application before noontime, the following day, with the exception obviously of Saturday and Sunday, the company is going to deposit $50. Also, this package qualifies for the double PIB. In other words, when somebody comes with this system and you happen to sponsor 2 in a week, the PIB doubled to $100 for each package. Great addition for Isogenics. I'm really excited now because, again, the points are right. And let me tell you how right that are. As you know, for the business pack, the points are 600. The president pack is 300. This one is 150. It's half of each one. It goes half. But great system, great package. I love that they add the blender, and I love that they add the energy drink because that's an amazing product. And again, if you have any question, make sure you write down any question that you may have about this system. But anyway, for those of you that are in Facebook, you probably already saw a lot of information about this and the product. Now, I'm going to go right away into the panel discussion that they have because probably this was the highlight of the whole IsaU University in Phoenix. I usually go to most of the universities that are in Phoenix. Actually, I think this is the first, maybe the second one that I miss ever in Phoenix. Because I have conflicted date, but that doesn't matter anyway what happened. But I seen all the panel discussions, even the ones that I had not been in, but the company has the streaming. I record them and I watch them again. I recorded this, and I'm sure some people are going to ask, how can we get the recording? Well, I'm going to upload it. I just have to edit it, but I'm going to upload it sometimes on Wednesday, the panel discussion. But I want to say this one probably was the best. And I've seen tons of them, and I had the last three, maybe four universities I recorded, and some of you probably have seen it, at least two of them that I recorded. But this one was amazing because, you know, maybe because was the inspiration of Jimmy Smith being there, but all of them were amazing. All these people that are there, Jimmy Smith, surrounded by four tremendous and beautiful leaders from Isogenics, 4 millionaires. Guys, this was worthwhile. I'm sure some of you also watched this business a millionaire training panel. But let me go through some of the things that they cover. The first one, the first part of the panel was divided in two. The first part was probably about 50 minutes. The second part was about 30 minutes. The first part covered the different objections. Now, most of the answers that we heard there, or I heard, you probably hear it all the time. They are simple answers. For example, if somebody's talking about the cost, you say, oh, I know how you feel. I felt the same way until I found out that I was replacing meals, that actually I was saving money. That's a great one. And I have heard it before many times. And again, for those of you that want to write down, it's called the feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. I felt the same way until I found out that I was replacing meals. By the way, the feel, felt, found can be used in so many situations. But in the cost probably is one of the best ones because, again, you're telling people, hey, I felt the same way, but now you see, you say in your own words, doesn't have to be feel, felt, found. But you know the cool thing now? I noticed that I'm saving in my groceries. That's amazing. You see, feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. I felt the same way until I found out. Really cool. Okay, I hope so. No, you wrote it down. But the one that I love is the answer actually by Lynn Haggerton. Lynn Haggerton, as you know, she had broken every record in isogenics. She became the fastest millionaire. She started at the end of July 2011. And by the following year, just a year later, I think 14 months later, that would be around September, the following year, she was already a millionaire. By the way, before that, I think it was in her 8 or 9 months, she hit a 6-figure income in a month. 6-figure in a month. For those of you that are not good at math, that means 100,000 per month in a month or more. This was in less than a year. But anyway, she said something that was really powerful. And I heard before from Michael Klaus a while ago, but very few people use it. And I'm sure you are thinking, what did she say? Or you are trying to push me. What did she say? Well, when somebody is saying to you, you know what, I don't have the money, or it's too expensive. She said something before the answer. She said, we have to make sure that we link people to the business as soon as possible. And this is what I said. She said, would you like to change that? In other words, would you like to have the money always that you want something? Would you like to change that? What do you think is the answer of most people? What do you mean? How can I change that? Let me show you. Are really you open to that? Let me show you. And that's when you tell that person that you +2, then +2, show a business video, etc. But I think that was a really powerful question. Would you like to change that? I hope you write it down and you start using it. Now, and this again was when a person started complaining about money or that they don't have the money, etc. Now, the next one is I'm not a salesperson, and I'm sure some of you have heard that objection before. And one of the things that I love that Ellen Bradley said, Ellen Bradley, you see, she's a 7-star Golden Circle, Ellen Bradley Ganos. She's a great friend, and it's an amazing amazing person and distributor. She never had experience in network marketing. But anyway, she said, when I use stuff, I become an endorser. And I'm an endorser. I'm sharing IsaUnits because I'm endorsing what the product is doing for me. Would you do the same if you had the same results? I love what she said. I'm an endorser. I'm an endorser, an educator. I love that. I mean, that was an amazing answer. I have not heard it before, even that I heard a lot from Ellen in the past. But she said, I am an endorser. That's an amazing thing. And now, the other thing, again, let me repeat. She said, Ellen Bradley, she said, I am an endorser. Now, Cindy Hedges has a great answer. She said that actually this was not an answer. It's a feeling that many people have, and I'm sure some of you on the call may have the same feeling. Sometimes you feel, oh, I don't want to make money from my friends or of my friends. Guys, this is what Cindy Hedges tell people when they say that to her. You are not making money off your friends. You are making money with your friends. In other words, everybody wins. I love what she said. Again, you said you are not making money off your friends. You're making money with your friends. Simple, really simple. And also they talk about things that we heard before, like saying, it's like recommending a restaurant. You're recommending. But I love again what Ellen Bradley said. We are endorsing. I endorse this company because I see what has happened to me and to other people. I'm an endorser. Now, Jimmy Smith said to remember something that different from sales, you're creating a relationship. This is about sharing and caring. That was really powerful. Again, Jimmy Smith said, this is not about sales. This is about sharing and caring. It's not just selling one time and move to the next one. You're sharing and caring. You're creating a relationship. Now, the next question was, is this a pyramid scheme? Now, it is interesting for something that Susan Sly said. In a second, I'm going to say it. But before, Jimmy said, asked, well, what do you know about pyramids? And then most people don't have a clue, but they say, well, it's when the person at the top make money, etc. Yeah, like what? Like your job, like your church, like, I mean, it's interesting. And they say, here, this is a good pyramid. And the people say, what do you mean? This one, you create your own, you start at the top and you create your own infrastructure. You are the CEO. And you know what? The people that you're bringing also become their own CEO. One of the things that I think was Lynn Hagedorn, the one that said, she said, make sure you have posture. Because here, and Cindy Hedges referred to this actually, even people that come later make more money, can make more money than you. Example, and Cindy was talking about Lynn. Cindy said, I started in isogenics 7 years ago. Lynn Hagedorn is just 2 years in isogenics, and she passed me. As a matter of fact, she passed. I think we have 97 millionaires in isogenics, including myself. And on the rank, when I'm in on the rank in the top money earners every month, she passed probably around 93 of them. And most of the 97 millionaires, I would say about 70% were before her in isogenics. And that's something that she said, in a pyramid, there's no way that you can make more money than the CEO at the top of your company. But here, you can earn more money. And I had the same example. I have many people in my organization already that came way after me, and several of them are earning more money than me. And I'm not complaining. I don't get upset. I say, yeah, that showed that this business works. One of the things that Susan Sly said, and I wanted to get to that point at last, she said that when we have an objection coming all the time, it's because we attract what we fear. In other words, if we are thinking that this is a pyramid, or people are going to think that it's a pyramid, guess what? We are going to have that objection coming over and over again. And that happens the same with the price or salesperson. Doesn't matter. But the objection that appears so frequently to you is because it's something that you fear, and it's what you are attracting that. This was really, really powerful when Susan Sly mentioned that. And she said, network marketing is a distribution method, and all of you know that. It's a distribution method. Doesn't have to do anything with pyramids or anything like that. It's a distribution method that is approved in the United States and is overviewed by the FDA, FTC, etc., and in many other countries by different organizations similar. Guys, this is something that's approved by the government. It's not illegal. This is approved. And she said, when you have that posture, this is approved. This is something serious. And by the way, where you can earn more money than when the person that's on top. That means there's no pyramid. This is really powerful. And she recommends for people that have the fear that is coming always this pyramid question, is to read books about network marketing. And we have the Michael Kloss books. We have the Eric Worre books. I mean, and you can find all of them through Sound Concepts. But the more you read, the more you see the stories, you realize that this is a really strong and serious business. And then you're going to notice, and that's something that I know, that if you are having this objection, it's going to start disappearing. Now, it's interesting, by the way, that in the 50s, Susan brought up that franchises, that today is one of the most popular ways of creating businesses. In the 50s, were considered a crazy thing, a cult, or something weird. As a matter of fact, she didn't mention that, but franchises, I don't remember, it was in the late 50s or early 60s, they were just a couple of votes away in the Congress of becoming illegal. Think about that. It's amazing. Okay. For example, there's another one that was about time. It said, oh, I don't have enough time for a business. And you can use what Lynn Hagedorn said, would you like to change that? Would you like to change that? Or like Susan Sly said, that by the way, you can use it with other objections. How did I make you feel? Now, you have to have courage to ask those questions sometimes, because it's going against probably a paradigm that you have. But remember, these two multi-millionaires in Isogenics, because Lynn Hagedorn, by the way, just passed the $2 million. And I think Susan is around the 6 or 7. I don't remember right now. But anyway, Lynn said, would you like to change that? Or Susan's like, how did it make you feel not to have the time? Do you want to change that when you combine those two? By the way, some people stop of approaching people that are busy, when actually busy people are usually the ones that can become more successful. And I've seen many of the people that have come into Isogenics that have businesses or jobs. They were really busy people. However, they have built incredible organizations in Isogenics. Now, one of the things that Cindy Hedges said, and by the way, she mentioned that in the videos too, in the Enterprising Woman, she said, you build your business on the pockets of your time, or the pockets of your life. Really, really, really simple. But I love this answer by all these successful people. As a matter of fact, I remember most of the time people that have a lot, they are very busy. It's because they want to become successful. They want to be ahead. And now, again, I love, again, how does you make you feel by Susan Sly. I love that one. And anyway, now, these were about the objections. And I hope you took notes. The next part that they went to is, how do you start people right? And one of the things that Lynn Hagedorn, she was the one that probably mentioned the most, is she said, you don't give first graders what the high schoolers are learning. Make sure you start with them slow. And the slow is really simple. Make a list of names, really simple. And then you plus two, then plus two. They don't have to know the whole pay plan. And I know some people want to know the whole pay plan, especially if they are networkers, and that's okay. But make sure you just give enough information for them to start right. And the way to start right is that you plus two, then plus two. As simple as that. And she said, make sure you become a good listener and to find out what are the dreams and or the different things that the people want to reach. And make sure that you use the tools. What is the tool? isogenicsbusiness.com. And when you go there, you see, it tell you how to make the list, how to make have a home presentation, a launch party, etc. It's a really powerful thing. And now I know many of you know this, but it's important when they are making a stronger case with the success that these people are having when they talk about what to do at the beginning. And one of the things that Lynn Hagron, she said, one of the things that I love to is to imprint the executive chart. That's again in the back office in isogenicbusiness.com, where you print out that chart and then you start filling the names of the people that you are going to be approaching, etc. But it's simple as that. And one of the things that they said, Lynn said, but also the other ones agree, is that the first 2 weeks are really important. You want to make sure that you get a check in the hands of the person ASAP, a check, even if it's becoming consultant. And by the way, sometimes becoming consultant, they get $300 or more, and they get really excited. I have a distributor, she was so excited a couple of weeks ago when in her first week she made, I think it was close to $400. Really amazing. But anyway, keep it simple. Don't try to send them to every isogenics video that is on the planet. Sometimes we tend to get so excited that we try. Now, something that Susan Sly said that was a great point. Some people try to get complicated and they say, do you have some systems of autoresponders, etc.? And we have some in isogenics that are really powerful. She said, start with the basics, because if you start complicating the whole thing, well, people never going to go anywhere. Never. It's as simple as that. She said, just make sure, get people right away into action. As simple as that. And Lynn said that when she came to the first convention in August 2011, and this was just a few weeks after she signed up, a couple of weeks after she signed up, when she listened to Susan talking about getting people into profit ASAP, whoa, and she got so excited. But anyway, and I think that's important. I hope you keep everything simple. Now, one of the things that Jimmy said that is really important, Jimmy Smith, and I agree with that. I mean, when he sponsored me, he did it with me, is to make sure that you have a list of people. Now, he said that when he got into his first network marketing company, his upline asked for 200 names in 24 hours. And in 24 hours, he had 200 names with telephone numbers. And it's funny because when he got to his upline said, oh, gee, you're the first one of the people that sponsored that actually had 200 names. You may have, many people have 50, maximum 100, but you're the first one to eat the 200 names. But anyway, but he said, you know what, if you ask names for every person that you sponsor, even if they don't have the 200 names, you never are going to run out of names. And this is so important. We talk about our system, and as you remember, it's the little triangle, and the center is creating your list, and then connecting, presenting, and follow-up. The list is the heart, because as Jimmy said, if you have a list, you need a list. Real estate brokers have a list. If you don't have a list, you're never going to go anywhere. And you make a list, you just meet people all the time, and that's where you get even new people. Now, the other thing that was really powerful, and I think I'm going to close with this, or maybe one more, is how they are using social media. Many of you know that I'm really, really passionate about social media. And the three of the women that were on the stage, they have sponsored a lot of people in social media. There's no exclusive way, but for example, Cindy Hedges, who is a 6-star Golden Circle, she was talking about Kelly Dickerhoff. Kelly is one of her stars. She's also a 6-star Golden Circle. Kelly is, for those of you that met her, she was really shy. She never had experience in network marketing like Cindy. Cindy never had experience in network marketing. And Kelly got into isogenics, and she at first discovered how Facebook could work for her by accident. She was going to start in this program, and she started posting that she was starting to do this cleansing, and her goal was to lose X amount of weight, and then she posted her results. People start asking her, and Kelly is not dumb. She called right away her upline, and she said, how do we make the money again? And then she started prospecting all these people that were asking, and she came to a 5-star. In only 90 days, she was already in a 6-figure income, or was on the way to 6-figure in her first year. And this Kelly Dickerhoff, a mom of 3. It's why it's a great way to create relationships. Now, let me tell you what they said and what to do. I want to say that you probably heard that before. I told you how important it is to post on your work consistently and then connect with the people that click like or comment or share whatever you are putting there. And one of the things that they say is so important that as soon as a person comment or like what you post, just connect with them in a private message. You probably heard that before. Not on the wall, in a private message. And something that they said that is really powerful, Cindy Hedges, Lynn Haggeron, and Susan Sly, the three of them that are using a lot of Facebook, they say that never ever try to show like you are selling isogens. You just post stories, your personal story or the story of somebody. You also post personal development stories. And interesting because you can go to my training that I did 3 weeks ago, how never to run out of leads. And exactly what they are saying is what I'm telling you. But basically, they said, what you are going to do is not to brand isogenic. You are going to brand yourself as a person that is having a great result. You know how to direct people to the great results in money and in business. Now, not to say buy now, because that's not going to work. Your personal page is to build a brand. When she say a personal page, they are not talking about having a fan page or business page. They're talking about your regular personal page. That's something that we've been talking to about that. Now, something that something that Lynn loved to have is also inspirational messages, and you can check her pages on Facebook, and you will see and putting success stories, etc. Because that attracts people. And again, every time somebody comment or like, she connect with a person. As simple as that. Now, she said, she said something really interesting. She said, don't sell, like many people does. Now, and she said, if you're hunting, what the hunted does, runs away. But if you're fishing, the fish come to the bait. And that's why when you post something, you post stories, positive stories, because people come to you. You don't try to sell. You don't want to scare your prospect. Because even if you don't notice it, you're posting, hey, you want to know how to lose a lot of weight, and I say, I have the secret. Well, guess what? People are going to be getting off your friend list, and many times you don't even notice it because it's going to be gradual. Now, Susan Sly says something, and this is a little more technical, but it's really powerful. She used a couple of services. One of them was HotSuite. I don't remember the name of the other one. I wrote it down, but I don't have it in my hand. Hootsuite, excuse me, Hootsuite, H-O-O-T Suite. She said, I cannot be on Facebook all the time. And I know the prime time for many people, most people are on Facebook, is between 7 o'clock in the morning and 9 o'clock in the morning, and 9 p.m. later. Now, of course, if you have friends through the whole country, you are going to have people in 4 time zones. And if you have international people, obviously, they're going to totally different time zones. But one of the things that this tool does, Hootsuite, is called H-O-O-T Suite, S-U-I-T-E, is that you can actually go there and you can actually program or schedule when you want the message to be posted. She said that's a great way for you to, what you are doing is only setting people posting, but you cannot be at the times that you know more people are going to be on Facebook. And this is a great tool. I personally don't use, although I've been looking at it because I work from home. I prefer to, obviously, to be on my computer to certain times talking to people, but it's really simple, the Hootsuite to use. Now, one of the things that she said too, as a matter of fact, let me go to Facebook because it's one of the reasons let's see, Facebook. Okay, let me go to me. Okay, now one of the things is when you post, when you're posting something, you can post public or you can post private. Let me see if I can do something here, example. Okay. I'm going to put something just really simple. The power is within you to succeed. Okay, just going, and then you see here, it's only say public. Okay, let me put this marker because that's going to help more. Okay. Okay, here I have public because I want everybody to see it. That's something that Susan was referring at. Now, you can click here if you want to, for example, if share just with friends, family, etc. But every time you have a thought that is positive, this is inspirational, and I am going to post it, make sure that it's in public, because in that way, everybody can see it. Something interesting, when you post a picture, you see, I post the, oh, wow, a new soup is coming up. Now, people say, whoa, why you did that? That's a product. Yeah, but people ask, soup, nutritional? I want to know more about that. Simple as that. But anyway, it's really cool. You click public, and then you want to make sure that everybody is watching. The other thing is always have a picture of you. It's interesting when I see people that here, instead of having their picture, they have a dog, a cat, and a little flower, etc. No, it has to be you. And that's something that, again, Susan Slide was talking about. She said that it's good to always have all positive stuff. And something that she said that is really important. I've been saying it many, many, many times. Many times. She said when she sees somebody, oh, by the way, make sure if you have friends that they post weird stuff. When I mean weird stuff, they're cussing or weird stuff, or they're so involved in politics that they can become at one point so extreme, or even in anything they become extreme. She said, make sure you stop them of being on your wall. In other words, you can block them or just get rid of those friends. And let me tell you one reason that she said, and I agree with her and everybody. When I see somebody that has a wall full of stuff that are really controversial and aggressive, or sometimes even disgusting, I don't want to talk to that person. Make sure what your friends are posting that people can see, because people are going to link you to whatever is posted on your wall. And like Susan Slice says, your friends are a reflection of who you are. Now, and I'm going to close with this one. I say I was going to close with social media, but one more. They asked them, what is the biggest mistake that everybody makes in this profession? Well, Jimmy said, wasting time with negative people that will never get it. He said that many times he wanted more than the people that he was talking to, but people wasted time with the same prospects. Cindy said, people give up too soon. Don't quit. There are a lot of people that quit, like the person that's just about me. He quit after I was in IsaU for a couple of months. He could have had a leg that is moving over $1 million a week. The other thing, and this was really cool. Okay, somebody, oh, posting. Okay, people start posting there. Okay, one of the things, by the way, she's an IsaU distributor, and she has lost, I think it's 29 pounds so far. Amazing. I will tell her story later. But anyway, one of the things also that is amazing is that where I was in planet Earth. I was talking about something, and I totally, that little message, it got me off. But anyway, one of the things that Ellen Bradley said that I thought was really powerful. She said, don't do things for people. Let me go back to the pictures. And that's something I feel sometimes. I want people I want to make sure that they have success, and sometimes I'm doing things for people. But you have to make sure that you let them eventually to do their presentations, because because it's the way that they grow. It's like a little birds. We heard the story of the birds. Little birds, they are pushed off the nest until they learn how to fly. As simple as that. And Lynn Hagedorn says something that is interesting, because Jimmy talked about the most important part when you're starting somebody in the business. She said, most people don't have a list. You have to have a list and keep adding people all the time. You probably heard that before. And she said, it's important, funny, it's funny. People say, I went through all my list of 100 names. But when she talked to them, they realized that she may go through the whole list. That person went through the whole list, but only talked to 10 of them. She said, if you go through 100 names, you are going to find good people to sponsor. It's impossible not to. And one of the things that Lynn was saying is make sure you have a posture and you tell people that together you can be successful. And something that Jimmy said before closing, he said, you can build your business or make excuses, but you cannot do both at the same time. That's really interesting. And one of the things that Susan said, one of the things that kill people is first something that Jimmy told her that she taught many of us. She said one of the things that kill business is pride, impatience, and greed. Those three things. And she said also she found out that something else that kills people is jealousy, judgment or prejudgment, and justification. Now, jealousy, they start comparing with other people, and instead of being excited about the other person, they start talking about, oh yeah, but that person was a networker. Oh, but that person has a lot of contacts. Oh, that person, she is really pretty. I'm not really pretty. Oh, that person, Jimmy Smith, he's an old guy and he has so much wisdom. I'm not. That is, and then you start being jealous. Say, yeah, it's and you start prejudging and you start justification why you are not successful. She said those three things: jealousy, judgment or prejudgment, and justification kill your business the same way that pride, impatience, and greed. Now, she said justification is one of the main causes of procrastination. That's it. But anyway, guys, this is the highlights, and I know I went long, but I feel that this leader panel was amazing. As soon as I have edited, I'm going to have it uploaded. We are going to have it in a special site. I'm not sure if it's going to be YouTube or in my other channel in Vimeo. But I edited because I divided it in two, like I did with the other ones that you have seen. I have the first part, objections, and the second part, business building. But anyway, guys, if you have any questions, Alex, are you there?
Yeah, absolutely. And
Holy cow,
fantastic.
right to, pardon me?
Yeah, you can hear my echo.
No, you don't have echo.
Yeah. Okay,
It's
perfect.
funny, usually when you say that you have echo, probably you hear it yourself, but we don't.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, George, fantastic, panel discussion summary that you gave us here. And one thing I want to say is, we are looking at all these leaders and so on, but we have in George one of the top leaders in the industry as well. And George, I learned so much from you over the years, and it has. I've been blessed with actually finding both a great sponsor and a great company
No,
with
thank you.
Isagenics and in you. And I simply followed your uh, very simple advice, that triangle with the connect, present, and follow up has been the base of basically the success of everyone that I have seen. But this has been very enlightening, and also the usage of Facebook. It's amazing what some of the new people, and I call quote unquote new people, the people that have been in the area since Lynn Hagedorn and so on in the last couple of years, we've seen some
Mhm.
tremendous growth, and Facebook has done a
Yeah,
lot.
something that Lynn Hagedorn said about Facebook, that I forgot. She said that if it was not for Facebook, she would not be even close to what she have done so far. And the
Well,
same thing she said. And Susan Slice said something interesting. She said the last four leaders that she has sponsored, one of them that even has gone to a very fast record time to 3 stars so far, went through Facebook. She met them, the people that connect with her through Facebook.
well,
And something else, I have a group that one of my organization connect, a group that's growing really quick right now in Malaysia. And this was through social media, the first contact before the guy started talking to this other guy. I did a 3-way call with him, but social media was the way to start it. That's, guys, social media is so powerful. And we will say Facebook is just one of them because it's the biggest one. It's probably the easiest to use too. but we have the other ones too. They talk a little about Twitter. Susan Sly was saying that, by the way, that every post that you do in Twitter is actually recorded. That's why she said it's better that you are saying good things. When I mean, if you are nasty, just using bad words, language all the time, and complaining about everything, people are going to find out at one point or another one, and then you can lose leaders because the way that you're expressing. I'm not saying that, and this is what I myself, I'm not saying that you want to stop who you are, because obviously you have your belief in whatever you have believed. But remember, you are in a business that if you just limit it to certain people, your world is going to be really small. We live in a planet that if you want to create good relationships, you have to make sure that you respect other people's opinions too, and especially in business, because if not, your business is going to be limited. Yeah, of course, people, you are going to have your personal belief and ideas, and you obviously defend them if somebody attacks them. But there's no way to put it all over the place to make yourself irritable to other people. And this is interesting thing, and Alex, we talk about that. Even though we have friends that they have the same belief that we do, that Alex and I, when we see somebody that has the same belief that we do, but start posting so much stuff like that, we get upset with them. As a matter of fact, I prefer not to be a friend with them. And it's because they do it in a way that they are irritating other people. They are creating enemies. They're not creating that kind of relationship that keeps us together, not only on the business side, but they are creating more enemies. And that's the way that wars start, when people start trying to destroy the other person instead creating a breach of communication. But that destroys business. I've seen downlines, full downlines, since I started in network marketing, being destroyed because somebody started being really aggressive because different belief. And I'm not talking only political or religious belief, and even other kind of belief. But anyway.
And George, by the way, it's all a matter of just using common sense and balance. Don't go to either extremes, and that should and use Facebook for what it's meant to be, as social media, and not to basically just promote yourself. By the way, one quick thing is there's a couple of questions out here.
Okay, yeah. Ask me the question. I barely can hear you, but I can hear you in case.
Yeah. Let me see if you can hear me better. Okay. Questions are is this leader panel you're talking about video or audio that we're going to post on Wednesday?
Okay, believe it or not, I couldn't understand what you said.
Wow.
I know because your accent, because I have accent to it, just because only you got cut off.
Okay, can you hear me now? It's better or?
Yeah, although you sound like if you are right now behind a old radio.
Yeah. Okay. It's the you know what, George? Just let me just send you this via text.
Oh yeah, you can text it.
Questions. I can do that.
Okay, and then I repeat the question as soon as you send it to me.
Yeah, perfect. So meanwhile, is this better? Can you hear me a little bit better or so?
Yeah, I can hear you a little better actually.
Okay, actually somebody's asking about the flavor of the soup, if you've actually tasted it.
Yes, I got actually I got the product about 2 weeks before the IsaU, because they send it to I assume they send it to all the millionaires, and it's really good. It's really, really, really good. Yeah, I tasted it first time about 2 weeks ago. I had to keep it secret, although some of you that saw some my post in some of the groups, I didn't do it publicly. I was talking about the grape flavor product that was coming, of course. I was teasing people. They didn't know what I was talking about.
Great.
It's really good. And you probably are going to see a video that I think is already out. Maybe it's not yet, of several people that tried, and they put a video with them. Some of my leaders were telling me that they were actually interviewed on that video.
Great. So,
and if you look at the information, you're going to see that not only it tastes good by itself, but they tell you different recipes where you can even make it more healthy if you want, more stronger if you want.
Okay, George, you should be getting your text.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I can hear you much better. This is the question about Eric. Eric.
Yes.
Eric Ward says to write down every single name you can think of, regardless if they will join or not. Then to look at each person and see who they may know, who you would know, but then ask them who they know who may want to look at the opportunity. And I think the question is, if this is correct, yes. Yes. And we talk about this, not only the people that you know, it's the people that they know. And I have so many stories about that. There is a guy, 18-year-old, that sponsor a guy that is a motivational speaker, personal trainer. The 18-year-old disappeared, but he sponsored this guy that he didn't know actually. He actually met him at Starbucks where he was working, and he gave the referral to one of my distributors. Well, from that organization, there are probably already close to 1,000 people from that guy. And you see, it's not who you know, it's who they know. Or who they meet in this case, because this kid met this guy at Starbucks, where the kid worked, not the personal development. The guy personal development was with his computer, his laptop, and he gave the name to us, and actually to his sponsor, and she sponsored him. But I agree, you write down every person because you never know who they connect with. You never know every person. That's why we cannot prejudge. Of course, if you know people that have large networks or people that have good centers of influence, in other words, people respect that person or a go-getter, you go for those first because you know they have a great connections. But that doesn't mean that you are going to get rid of the other names. I hope that answered the question.
Yeah, apparently.
I can hear you good now. I don't know what happened before.
You know what? I live in the Everglades in Florida, and unfortunately, I'm at the edge of all cell towers, even though we have, cable modems and so on, from time to time, it just sort of goes away. So that's probably what it is. But anyhow, George, we have again, as usual, gone over our allotted time, and let's start wrapping it up. I do want to thank you, George, for for your presentation and for making us aware of all these questions of the leader panel, and we'll be making sure that all of that is posted on Wednesday. We will have a replay of this webinar posted tomorrow evening at the howtogetgoing.com site. And I want to thank each and every single one of you for joining us tonight.
Yeah,
Look forward to seeing you next Monday. And George, any last announcements?
Yes. The video that I recorded, I'm going to be editing, and it's going to be up there, but still it's going to take a few days because I have to separate it into two videos, one for the questions and the objections, and the other one about the building business idea. But that's a video that you have to watch many times. Also, I had to figure out how to upload only the MP3. I think I already found the idea in a way that you can actually download it on your iPod or iPhone or any kind of MP3 that you have. I think I already found a way to do it, but I'm going to test it to see if it works. I think it will work. You never know.
Great. Well,
and that way you can listen. You don't have to watch that. You can listen in your car, etc. Anyway.
Excellent. And thank you, George, and thank you, all of you, and look forward to seeing you next week.
Okay, see you later, guys.
Good night, everyone.